Good evening. I can't keep doing the frickin' I can't keep doing the old. What's I can't do the old Hitchcock intro every single time.
Yeah, the old evil narrator.
Yeah, but you
it
get the
sounded
idea.
like you were trying to go for like more of an Orson Welles type of thing, you know, with the whole "Good evening."
Have you seen? Now you're reminding me of that freaking thing that they had Maurice LaMarche read with the "I don't particularly enjoy," like the whole sweets candy, the Peeps or something.
Oh yeah, the with the Peeps. I think that's basically just a callback to a skit that he did on The Critic, where he basically did the same thing but with peas.
Oh, did he actually? Oh, he read that as a he read that as a skit in the piece as Orson Welles.
Yeah, the Orson Welles peas thing was an actual skit in the Critic.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Rosebud frozen peas, full of country goodness and green peeps. Wait, that's terrible. I quit.
There's a French fry, my peers.
I was gonna say, let me guess. That was that was the Critic making a joke. Oh crap! A lava fish is nearby. Run! I was gonna say, let me guess. That was a skit that the Critic did to make a pass at Hollywood commercialism.
I think.
Sounds like something they would do. Platform's gonna be a little finicky here, but we are getting closer to the inner machinations of the Red Queen's castle, with which we shall be able to destroy her kingdom.
Oop, there you go.
Oh dears.
You know, Mad Hatter must have had a field day here.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I can definitely see that. Like, she employed him to like try to like. There's gonna be a thing you see later, and you might as well talk a little bit about now. There's this duality thing where like. The Queen believes that what she is doing is bringing order to the chaos and madness that was Wonderland, which I can see a little bit of that too, and that would probably be what drove her insane. Even in the Disney version, is that she's trying to, like, she wants to have some ordained, like, you know, order, you know, she wants to have some control over a place that's as chaotic and weird as Wonderland. And she gets that through power.
Problem is, she's not exactly the most sane person in the asylum.
Yeah. Oh, good. Get out of here, you! Get out of here, you devils!
Get.
Oh crap! I killed myself. That is okay. I'll use the ice rod. It's safer. That is why I would probably not recommend using the Jabberwock ice staff in close quarters, because the explosion that you make when you release it does do self damage if you're too close.
Real quick, when you're using the ice rod on those devils, she freezes one. Well, I suppose you could say that. Pulls a pair of sunglasses out of nowhere. Hell froze over.
Jeez. Well, I'll give you credit for not going for the nostalgia critic. You know, the old Christopher. Why am I blanking on his name?
Lloyd.
Oh, Alice,
yeah.
you slay me.
I mean, you really do. I mean, you're blasting me with a giant laser beam.
Honestly, every time I see those things, they immediately make me think of those giant leg monsters from Metroid.
They also remind me of these They remind me of these dinos that were in Dark Souls that were never used. There's a really famous story, a kind of like famous development story, which is that in Dark Souls, I do plan on trying to do something with the remastered version, because I do want to like do something. You know, it's like that game. Like, we have to address it at some point. But
can I just point out how kind of clashing it is? Like, you see with some of these enemies, like you see like these robotic looking atrocities, and you have literal devils, and then you see like the Alice Cardman, and it's like, one of these things does not belong.
One of these things is a bug. Because we fight bugs later. But that was my best Randy Newman impression. Thank you, everybody. So but yeah, so there's this final area in Dark Souls called the the Izalith Ruins, or Lost Izalith or whatever, which is this big demonic place where Dark Souls has this great variety of stages, and Lost Izalith is no different. It has this cool lava aesthetic, but in terms of enemies, like, you usually have really cool enemy designs, like these tree beams. By the way, those things in front of me can crush you. If you're like, it can crush you into the ground if you don't move perfectly with the gear, so be careful. Anyway, so you have these tree beasts, you have these like gargoyles, these demons, these snake men. But then when you get to Lost Izalith, spoilers, you literally just get like 2 unique enemies, and the rest are all just copy paste enemies we've seen before. Like, they literally take they literally take the Taurus demon, a boss you fight earlier on, and they literally copy paste him 6 times in the same room. Like they just it famously, like, people are like, yeah, this was probably one of the last areas they ever designed before trying to release the game on time.
That kind of reminds me
and
of
those
the final
and there are
boss
these and there
of the Deadpool game.
And I was gonna say, yeah, and then there are these dinosaur thingies where they literally just did nothing, and they were literally and you realize it was also like half of another thing you fought. Like you fought this undead dragon who actually comes apart. He comes apart, and you could fight its bottom half and its front half or something in another level, the Painted World of Ariamis. So again, it looks like they just took the bottom half and they copy and pasted it. No joke, like 14 times in the same large chamber. People are like, "What? What is this level design?" So anyway, that's what those mini jabby walks. I'll call them jabby walks.
Jabby walks, I like it.
They're not jabber walks, but they're just jabby walks.
Jabby walks.
I don't know.
Jabby waggies.
The Jabberwock! We're back!
So, oh my goodness.
Actually, yeah, I actually did take a look at that one movie where Mr. T was the Jabberwock, and yeah, that's about as 80s corn as there's about as corn as 80s I've seen.
That is like something I would have expected out of the Care Bears Alice in Wonderland special.
Probably.
Pickle beets!
Give the Jabberwock Mr. T a rap battle with the Cheshire Cat on it now. Although I will say the edit.
Assuming whoever voiced the Cheshire Cat in that film is still alive.
Oh, of course. And I will say, okay, I'm just gonna say screw these enemies. I'm gonna say, and the edit the edit with the crowd and everything that Nostalgia Critic did between the Cheshire Cat and the rapping dog from Titanic was pretty. That was pretty fire. I apologize. I will not speak like that again. That urban kind of language I'm not used to.
Yeah, that's.
I'll say it was
Logan. That's wiggity wiggity whack.
Oh my god.
I dare.
Dilly, 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 dilly.
Shut up, Landers.
I dare say, fellow compatriots, but this rocking beat is pretty fire.
Okay, now I wanna. It's funny. He talks about that. He talks about that scene so much. Now I forgot about the one ad lib that Crispin Freeman made that Matt loves to reference a lot.
What?
It's from that anime. He was telling us. He likes to talk about it a lot. There's this one anime where Crispin Freeman was asked to ad lib something. He says, "Let me see the mouth movements." Okay, I think I have something with that. And I think he said something along the lines of like, "This party is quite the shingling" or something.
Quite the shingling.
The shingling?
Well, I'm glad he had fun with it. Oh boy, we made it.
Time to jump in, time to jump through time.
So don't say such weird words and such weird palindromes. I think that's a word, palindrome.
Yeah, it's a word.
Isn't a palindrome when a word is spelled? It's spelled the exact same way both ways, like race car.
I think so. Let me see. A word, phrase, or sentence that reads the same backward. Oh, actually, it's the same that reads backwards and forwards. Like, for example, Anna spelled backwards is Anna.
And race car and dad. Well, that's an easy one, but you know.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much what a palindrome is.
Alrighty. Oh goodness, oh jeez. So, I mean, I've been seeing. Okay, first off, I guess I should get around to this because we've been talking about this a lot. I don't know why at the top. It's just something came up. Do you think Tom and Jerry are going to do an Alice in Wonderland ripoff thing soon?
They did eventually.
They did Wizard of Oz.
It wouldn't
they did Wonka. I feel like they're just. I mean, that's the thing. Is like I feel like Tom.
In fact, who's to say they haven't already?
You know, they probably could.
They haven't. Okay. They would have released a trailer for it already.
But yeah, they probably would, and people would be mocking. Okay, I'm sorry. I just don't like. Okay, fine. We'll just get out of the way. I've seen the Tom and Jerry Willy Wonka thing. It just is uninspired. First off, all the animation and dialogue is basically going like. It's basically going shot for shot the Gene Wilder like original like 980. Was it the 80s?
No,
I think
it was the.
Yeah.
Or was it 90s?
Wait, Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory? No, I think that was like 60s or 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was around the 70s, I think.
Dang.
But yeah, I do want to ask you though, Logan.
Yes.
All that being, like, I generally agree with you in a sense about like the Willy Wonka parts are just straight up shot for shot like the Gene Wilder version, and it is kind of lazy in that regard. Would you still prefer that over the Tim Burton Willy Wonka though?
Honestly, no. Actually, hang on real quick. Just a real quick second. Just reaching over here.
Honestly, all I'll say about the movie is that
and I think it's that Amber. Yeah, it's still that Amber Alert, which I can't react to because I don't.
Oh.
I don't think I live in that area. It's something. It's an Amber Alert. It's for a vehicle. I'm not going to read it off because by the time this video goes up, it's not going to really be applicable anymore. Anyway, I honestly still prefer the Tim Burton one because first off, at least the Tim Burton one had a purpose, which I think the Tim Burton one does it better.
I would argue that like. Yeah, I was about to say, I agree with that. My argument is that the Tim Burton version at least tried to be its own thing and tried to do something different.
Right, and like and I think as someone said, like it was kind of funny where like, ironically, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory focuses more on Charlie, whereas Charlie and the Chocolate Factory actually focuses a bit more on Willy Wonka's backstory.
Yeah, like that's all. That's like the one thing I'll definitely say about the Tim Burton movie. It was clearly misguided.
But I will also agree that I enjoyed how the music.
Down I go.
Okay, no, I'm not doing that room. I'm not doing that room all over again. Let's just keep going. I will also say I liked how for the Oompa Loompa songs they did different genres. They did different songs. They didn't just swap out lyrics, which was again different and enjoyable.
Yeah.
I remember liking some of the tunes. They were catchy. Anyway, but the Tom and Jerry one just. That's the thing is like if you want to make a Willy Wonka anime thing, make a Willy Wonka. Oh gosh, stop it, automaton! If you want to make a Willy Wonka animated thing, make a Willy Wonka animated thing. Don't feel like you have to shoehorn in. Tom and Jerry. Also, I'm getting mad freaking Click Clock Tower vibes from this area suddenly.
Yeah. Honestly, it kind of falls back into the problem that they've been having a lot with Tom and Jerry lately, is that, like, I think the problem that they have is that, like, and I'm not going to pretend that it's not an invalid problem, because I think the issue why they're doing that is that they feel like you can only do so much with Tom and Jerry before the formula gets stale, and so that's their way of kind of, like, you know, revitalizing things, like adding changes and whatnot, but it's the wrong method of
Gosh dang it.
Shit.
They're having a showdown.
They kind of did the same thing with the Wizard of Oz, Tom and Jerry, which I kind of didn't like.
Ooh! They're having a fight. Get him, Griffin.
It's like they did that. I'm trying to think of what all they did.
And suddenly this shot.
Alice in Wonderland. No, they didn't. Oh boy.
Oh. Get him, Griffin.
They did Wizard of Oz.
He's going in for the Kung Fu kick. Oh!
Wait.
Griffin!
Oh no. He was the strongest one we had.
Yeah, and he's dead.
Oop.
Well, shit.
Actually, didn't we kill the Jabberwocky?
No, the Griffin came in and slashed its eye out, which is what we're using for the weapon now. But now it's time for a final confrontation.
God damn it.
Anyway, like I was saying, it's like it's kind of funny just going through the list. Is that like they did Wizard of Oz, like Jordan mentioned. We already brought up Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'm pretty sure they did one for the Nutcracker. They did one for Robin Hood. I've joked about the idea of like eventually they'll probably do like Tom and Jerry and the Dark Knight.
Oh,
and they'll do it. You know they'll do it.
And you know what? And I would be totally okay with that, but only if they take the Scarecrow cameo and make the Scarecrow droopy.
I would accept that only if somehow one of Tom and Jerry's, maybe like the reason why he kept making up all those. I would accept that only if it was revealed that the reason why he kept making up all those different stories was because the Joker just wanted to hide the fact that it was really because of Tom and Jerry that he got those scars in the first place.
I mean, I wouldn't look past that. It's just that, well, as far as I'm concerned, most, if not all, crossovers with Batman are reserved for Scooby-Doo.
Fair enough. Have some Batman.
Or other DC characters.
Have some Batman.
But mostly Scooby-Doo.
Oh, geez, there's a cool weapon.
Not that long ago we got a freaking Scooby-Doo movie based on The Brave and the Bold, which already ended its run about a few years earlier.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Ow, ow, ow.
And I love like the reception that movie's been getting because, like I said, I
did
still
it.
need to see it for myself. But I love the
I made it canonical. I killed him with the Vorpal blade.
Hooray!
It's canon!
Yay!
And if you read the poem, you'd understand why.
But yeah, I was saying, like, not only do I need to get around to seeing it, but I love how the reaction from people with the movie is like I've seen like a good handful of people that are like, man, watching this movie makes me realize how much I really miss Brave and the Bold.
Seriously.
They want revenge.
It's not a bad movie, it's just that I would argue that the first third of it's kind of lame.
a little. But, yeah. So with that, I guess to catch back up with the game, we have now made it to Queensland, which is we finally made it through the front halls of the castle, the front halls before the castle, and now we're about to make our approach for the castle.
Via the back door.
Goodbye, Griffin.
I knew ye well for about 1 minute.
Oh.
Alice.
Actually, no, that's a lie. Maybe 3 minutes.
This would be cooler if I had some emotional connection with him, but I don't. Like, I never really remembered him as a character or anything.
Well, that's the thing. It's baking on Alice's connection with him, not so much ours. But then again, even then, I guess you can argue she doesn't really have that much.
And now, without any other option, we now have to become the commander.
Yep, we're a one-woman army.
I guess he just died. He just was like,
he
fainted after seeing the Jabberwock, like, oh god.
Don't worry, Alice, I took care of him for you.
Honestly, that'd be awesome.
Alright.
He looks like he...
Oh, that just makes me realize.
Oh boy.
You make that joke now, it's like, I took care of him for you, Alice. By the way, on a side note, do you like chicken wings?
Oh, God.
What?
Honestly, that guy looks like he would probably rip and tear.
Our army is fighting. The chess pieces are here, and I think that's really all we got, because that's all they could render in the animation budget. So the chess pieces are here to help us, sort of, and I'm just going to basically just get right to the point. Dodge some rocks that come in, and honestly, I'm probably going to speed up past most of this, because it's basically a big gauntlet where we run across these bridges, and whenever we get to the next room over, I use the freaking Jabberwock Ice Staff and wreck things, and that's basically what's going to happen times like 8. I do this like 8 times to get to the other side of this room, so probably after the first couple times I'm probably just going to speed up past this point, because don't run away now.
Leave no survivors.
You get back here, you.
Yeah, I think I speed up at some point. I think it's after the first one, but yeah, basically I just cross all these bridges, and every time I cross a bridge I blow things up with the Jabberwock Ice Staff, which they totally gave me, so it's not broken. I'm not cheating.
Yeah.
You know what they get. You know what I could say the same about the magic head brace or whatever that is from Half Genie Hero, which gave me unlimited magic.
That too. Sorry, you were saying. Yeah, here we go. So we're just gonna go through this.
First off, speed up.
Yeah, we are. I said it. Go ahead.
I only just heard it, but yeah, just going back to like, no you don't. It just makes me cut back to this one bit from Crystal Monkey Island that I know you say not to take off context, but it's when we were going up to Kenny, and you're like, hello, little boy.
It's not funny. It's weird. I'm weird.
Everyone's weird. Get over it.
You're weird, I'm weird. Are there any other weirdos I should know about?
Wow.
I was waiting for James to chime in, but okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wasn't even sure how to follow that up.
He wasn't going to rat himself out. I know. So anyway,
are we through?
We've made it through that thing. Now it's time to get through some of the weird, honestly, some of this platform reminds me of freaking Half-Life, where you just have to figure out where you're supposed to go, and we're basically gonna be climbing up and around these weird parapets to. Oh yeah, by the way, it's a meat castle.
By the way, I love the fact that much like every other villain before her, she sets up her castle in a freaking volcano.
Oh, of course, it's a video game. Every video game needs lava.
The fact that it's a meat castle, that reminds me. I know there's a location like this. I don't know what it is specifically, but wasn't there a location similar to that in Psychonauts?
It was the meat circus. Oh my god, I hated that. I hated that level with a burning passion. Don't remind me.
Sorry.
You should
Alrighty.
To think that commentary kind of came and went.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it was a fun commentary, don't get me wrong. I love Psychonauts. I just hated that final level.
This level, the difficulty level did jump up a bit. Okay, here we go. We have to enter through here.
Well, yeah,
it's fun to look back on.
That's not freaking cryptic at all.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's the old-fashioned games. You have to just kind of look around and hope for the best. Anyway, back to you, Hype.
I was just gonna say it would.
Yeah.
All I was going to say is I was going to agree with Jordan. It was fun to look back on, and I still love the fact that you were able to use the joke that we talked about when we were talking about Nick Jameson.
I really should not be using the Jabberwock Ice Staff here. Anyways,
yeah, it's a little too claustrophobic here.
Ice Rod it is. Everybody. There we go.
Well, you talk about like you shouldn't use it so much. So does the Jabberwocky blade thingy actually have like limits or whatever?
I explained earlier that I don't want to use it in close quarters because the laser itself is fine, but when I release it, and I mentioned how it releases that explosive, earth-shattering kaboom. When that happens, it's like throwing a grenade in a video game. Like, you will damage yourself, and so when you're in close quarters, you can't really fire the projectile away from you where it won't hurt you. So that's why I'll probably stick to using this for a bit. Oh boy, we have fire variants now.
I mean, it's
everybody.
Isn't that lovely?
See you in Helheim.
So, yeah. Other than that, we are approaching the final, the final tostada, in which we will. I get frozen. That's what I get for using that freaking line.
How'd we get frozen?
Because those banshees can fire ice lightning chains from their eyes.
Yeah, that's what the Wraiths are known for like freezing your
chilling
bodies.
stairs. Yeah. Oh, hello there. Ow.
Ooh.
Oh, that actually did nothing to me.
Okay, that was. I think these last few seconds are turning into like a bit of a sensory overload.
So much for ice greetings.
There's a lot, so okay, we're just gonna ride this vent up here now. And I think we've almost made it all the way around so we can actually get to a freaking ramp that's supposed to work. It's supposed to climb up these weird, like, Minecraft stairs.
Made out of flesh.
And when you get... And then when you get to the top, you see the Cheshire Cat there, and he's like, you know, you could have taken the escalator.
And here we are. This is the Red Queen's lair. And, tentacles and meat, and I don't get it. I guess it's supposed to... Because it's
creepy.
I was gonna say, yeah, I guess it's supposed to, like, reference how she, like, enters your mind, like, worms her way around, and, like, manipulate. I don't know. Just something about it. There's gotta be some metaphor here. I know there.
I'm sure there
might be.
Takes a grasshopper toxin.
Ooh, gulp, 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 gulp.
Oh, that still looks weird.
I know it does, but now I can run super fast and get all the powers and get away. Gotta go fast. Go faster.
Ever so faster. You still have fall damage.
Faster, ever so faster.
I just saw another one.
Okay, here we go. We made it.
Here we go.
And with that, we're going to end the part here, but finish off with you were going to say first hype.
Well, just going off the speed thing, it's like, rolling around at the speed of sound. I've got places to go, and I need to follow my way, boy.
Okay.
I've got to follow...
For a moment, I thought you were going to say, I got to follow the white rabbit.
I was gonna say, if not that, I was gonna say, I've got to follow my rainbow, chap. Oh, chap, Bean. I'm sorry. Okay, what cherry? I'll see you in the finale.
Okay, enough of this cockney bullshit.
Bye-bye.
What I'm made of.